Good evening and welcome to your primetime bulletin. Headlines now. This weekend's 8 o'clock has got cricket right on top, and the big tickets handed out to Nama Chennai's lad R. Ashwin for the series on the English soil. But before we draw out the stats and his chances to be included in the playing 11, the Anna University is buzzing not just with the admission fever, but also because Professor Abdul Kalam is in town to supervise the orientation program there. That and much more in the next 30 minutes. First up, the headlines now from home. Indian selectors pick Chennai boy R. Ashwin for the England ODI tour, but with the leg spinner in Mishra as competition, can he make it to the playing 11? Mr. Dependable Dravid, who was in the wilderness for 2 years, is back in the ODI team. Injured Yuvi and Bhaji have been rested. The city police step up security around spots frequented by Sri Lankan tourists after an attack on a group by men of a pro-Elam outfit. The State Congress unit gets into full gear for the local body polls in October, beckons his party members to rise to the occasion. Sport your letter in Tamil on the t-shirt you wear, a hot cake in the Western market. It's the current trend in India as well. And jeans hero Prashant switches to a rewind mode. He brings in Mamatian of yesteryears with a fresh coat of paint. Let's also get you the buzz from across the country and across the world as well. NDTV's exclusive investigation into the shocking sale of college degrees for sale in Chandigarh. Choose your subject for a prize. For the first time in history, the US's credit rating is downgraded by rating agency S&P. Economic recovery would further worsen. The BJP refuses to respond to reports of information from the Gujarat riots probe being leaked to the accused. More trouble for the government from the CAG. The auditor says a defective contract with Airbus led to 200 crore rupee loss. After a successful surgery in the United States, Congress President Sonia Gandhi is out of the ICU and recovering. Captain and the chief officer of the MV Rakh, the ship that sunk off the Mumbai coast, are arrested for negligence but then bailed. The fabulous 15 to play for India against the Englishmen in their forthcoming tour of the nation for the One-Day and the 2020 series has been announced. A highlight is that Rahul Dravid has made a comeback to One-Day cricket after 2 years. That wasn't the only surprise though. Take a look.
Call it taking a step back, but the fact remains the wall is back. A 38-year-old Rahul Dravid is back in the one-day fold after a string of consistent performances in Test cricket. One look at his ODI career and you would wonder how a man with over 10,000 runs in the 50-over format was dropped after a poor home series against Australia in 2007. Dravid was then recalled to bolster an inexperienced side for the Champions Trophy but was axed again following India's early exit. While Rahul Dravid indeed has been a great servant to Indian cricket for close to 2 decades now, this surprise selection begs the question, what of the younger generation like that of Manoj Tiwari, Saurabh Tiwari and Yusuf Pathan? Well, then again, that's not the only awkward selection. Harbhajan Singh and Yuvraj Singh have both been rested despite their recovery time ending well before the start of the ODI series.
Yuvraj Singh, as you know, is injured. The doctor's report says it might take 4 weeks. Same thing with Harbhajan Singh, I think, is injured. They've all come. I think they're coming back and they're going to undergo the training in what they call NCA. So with regard to all those people, we'll have to cross the bridge only when their fitness, they prove the fitness. Yuvraj Singh is our main player, but unfortunately, when you have a fracture in the finger, when you come back, you can't do anything about it.
Quite rightly so. It would be hard to drop your man of the series from the World Cup. But the term rested could well be a euphemism for Bhaji. Speculation is rife that the Turbinator has been dropped, not rested, due to his poor form. In Chennai, Natasha Duraiswamy for NDTV.
Well, good news for Chennai is that homeboy Ravichandran Ashwin has made it to the squad as the lone off spinner, but may face competition from leg spinner Amit Mishra to get into the playing 11. On one hand, homeboy Ashwin could be a game changer considering his performance in the power plays and slog overs, a great asset for the team, as Gautam Gambhir puts it. Meanwhile, Mishra is an attacking leg spinner and could also provide variations. English batsmen have traditionally been poor against leg spinners, and legendary fast bowlers like Wasim Akram have even in fact endorsed the inclusion of Mishra, calling him an intelligent bowler. The team will be captained by MS Dhoni and vice-captained by Virender Sehwag. Our sports correspondent Natasha Doreswamy now joins us live with some more perspective into this squad. Natasha, as much as we'd like to see our Chennai lad figure in the playing 11, who according to you is more of the prominent figure here between R. Ashwin and Amit Mishra?
Well, with an injury-prone Team India right now that we are facing at the moment, considering Harbhajan Singh as well as Yuvraj being out, there are a lot of questions being poised at really what is going to be the initial replacement in terms of the bowling attack on this front. Now, Zahir Khan, of course, the selection committee couldn't really afford to remove him. He was the main spearhead in terms of the pace attack. But right now, they've chosen about 5 pacers at the moment. And with the inclusion of the 2 spinners being R. Ashwin. Good news for Chennai, of course, with R. Ashwin being included in this ODI series right now versus England. Also, sort of supporting him with leg break spin attack, of course, will be Amit Mishra at the moment. Now, if you compare these 2 players, the one who has possibly the one-up would certainly be R. Ashwin, when, especially since he's specialist in terms of ODIs, especially. Now, Amit Mishra, on the other hand, is more of a test specialized bowler, really. Now, if you take the number of wickets that they've both taken in the ODIs, R. Ashwin has taken about 19 wickets in total so far, whereas Amit Mishra has taken only around 7. And R. Ashwin also, considering the fact that he's about 6 years younger and, has that little bit of a youthful advantage over Amit Mishra at the moment, has played almost 11 ODIs so far, even with the little experience that he's had so far. And Mishra, on the other hand, has played only 5 or 6 so far. So there is a little bit of a huge difference between these 2 players, only in the specialized section of the ODIs. Now, if you take tests, of course, Amit Mishra is certainly a one-up in that sector. But at the moment, with the ODIs for England, the team selection that we've seen so far, R. Ashwin seems like the likely one who will probably be more prominent in the playing 11 than Amit Mishra.
So good chances there for Chennai boy Ashwin. Thanks very much indeed, Natasha, for joining us with your inputs there. Moving on, the city police have stepped up security measures at areas frequented by tourists following an attack on a group of Sri Lankans reported recently. 3 activists belonging to a pro-Elam outfit were arrested in connection with the incident. Security has specifically been strengthened at the Mahabodhi Society, where Sri Lankan pilgrims are known to be staying. The Q branch of the Chennai police is also overseeing security arrangements. Well, the city's Commissioner of Police, J.K. Tripathi, spoke to us about the arrangements in place and told us that everything was under control.
We have taken action on the assault. We have arrested the culprits. There is no threat as such, and otherwise also we have enhanced the security arrangements in the place. There was an attack, and on the receipt of complaint, we have taken action against the culprits, and the culprits have been sent to jail. The adequate security arrangements have been made at this body, and we don't expect any problem there.
Moving on to some political news, the TNCC chief Thangabalu met the press today and spoke of the preparations ahead of the local body polls in the state. He urged all the district committee members in Tamil Nadu to catapult the party to its glorious position in the run-up to October, as it would prove important for them. While the party chief chose to refrain from commenting on the alliance just yet, he did say that there were prayers conducted across the state for Ms. Sonia Gandhi's speedy recovery. Speaking on the Mullai Periyar issue, he promised to fight for the state's rights and keep up pressure on the Kerala government.
We are one of the largest formation in the state, and as President of the TNCC, I requested my fellow congressmen and women in the state to endeavor to see that the Congress party takes its position in the forthcoming Panchayat elections, because Panchayat Raj system was brought by the Congress and our beloved leader Sri Rajiv Gandhi. And we value this election very greatly, and will continue to work for the development of the village movement and the Panchayat Raj system in the country for its development and sustainability.
Well, in a first of reactions pouring in from the Congress front in the state on the uniform syllabus's implementation, Mr. Thangabalu asked for equal rights to be provided to the children of the state.
The Congress party believes that all children of Tamil Nadu should get equal right and equal priority in the education parlays. We want the system which was enunciated by the previous government should be implemented, and that too after the great deal of deliberations by the academicians through an order of the Supreme Court. And if at all any misgivings or problems in the system, that can be removed by a circular. And we want the uniform education system in the state to be implemented without any further delay, because it involves more than 1.5 crore children. We cannot play with the life of the children.
Well, much concern there coming in from the Satyamurthy Bhavan. Still ahead on headlines now. A riot from 9 years back still has many skeletons tumbling out of the closet. Some shocking revelations when we come back.